Okay, we'll call the Norwalk WPCA meeting of April 21st, 2025 to order. Item number 2, roll call, Smith. Bovee, Ostafine, Manella are here. A quorum is not present. We cannot act on item number 3, acceptance of the meeting minutes. We'll skip to item number 4, public participation. Are there any members of the public that wish to be heard or have any questions?
There are not on Zoom.
Okay, so we will skip over item number 5.
Mr. Chairman, we do have a few people here present in our conference room that would like to speak. Could you
Okay.
hear me?
No, I have trouble hearing anything from the conference room. I hear everybody else fine, but I'm sure it's my fault.
Are you guys here? Is the rest of the committee hearing as well? Okay. So
I can hear you.
So we have a public participation here at the conference room. So what I'll do is I'll go in order. We have people that want to talk. So you can state your name and then your address, and then you have 3 minutes.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Chairman, Santos Martinez here from 184 Fountain Street. So we live pretty much at the end of the street, and we still remain in septic, and those sections, those systems are pretty old, and probably at the end of the lifespan, and we like to ask the city to help us to potentially extend the sewage line all the way to the end of the street, so we can tie our properties into the line. The lots on those houses currently, they're pretty small, and if the system fails, I don't think we have room to place a new system in place. We'll run into a big challenge there. Also, we have an issue with water table being very high, and our properties there, and a lot of the water also comes. We have an issue with water retainage. I think from the school, that when that gets filled up, the water slowly seepage, and it goes along our properties and really saturate the ground, and that it's a challenge. It's a lot of water, and we really would like to, as a community at the end, it's like currently 5 houses that are insectic there, and we would love to have the opportunity of having the sewage line extended and be able to tie it into the city sewage line. So that's my thoughts. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Sean Rosa. I live at 178. I also own the land, which was 180. Now they're joined. If we put sewers up there, you got the lot before mine with 5 houses that could be built. My house is 150 feet across the front, which might even be buildable for 3 lots, 3 houses. I'm not sure if Santos is big enough for a second house, if that came up there too. What's happened, I've lived there for 20 something years. Brian McMahon redid their field about 20 years ago, 15 years ago. And the water, it runs off. I don't know, the football field, AstroTurf or whatever, it doesn't suck in the water. And the way it's pitched, it's not pitched back towards the school, of course, it's pitched all towards the hill, runs all through our yards. Between us is 182, Mrs. Bailey. She has 2 sump pumps that run 24/7 year round. There's water right now flowing out of her driveway. It's been since the spring thaw. It's never stopped. Right across the front, front of my yard from hers it's all like marsh right now, soaking wet. You can't even walk in it. Her driveway's running water out of it. And there's some machine work going on that they dug up, they're trying to do. I don't know what happened with that, but it's a mess. She lost furnaces over it and it's just not stopped now. She's too old to come here. She's like almost 80 years old. But she's stuck in the very hole of it all.
Yeah,
She's between our two houses and it's, if you saw that house, I mean, it's bad shape.
getting the worst.
Yeah, she's getting the worst.
She
of it.
couldn't, I talked to her and she couldn't make it. She's a nerve again. It's
So
hard.
he's the one that is talking, sorry.
What's it?
No, it's just that it's your time to talk. It's
Oh,
one
that's,
person.
that's okay, and that's, all I was gonna say, else is like I said, septic, you know, you could get, if you put the sewers up, you could get multiple, more properties that could hook up to it. Eventually, more houses, more tax money for you guys, and, you know, and it really needs it. Cause these, like you said, the septic tanks are getting pretty old, and there's just so much runoff, and the houses are rough shape. Something needs to be eventually done. And, what's that?
That's nice.
Yo creo que se me está explicando mucho.
En inglés,
No, está explicando mucho. Yo no entiendo todo lo que digo.
I'm here with my mom, it's her house, 188, we live at the last house,
Do you mind just state your name, please?
Christina. Velasquez.
Christina, come closer because the microphone is very close to them, the work.
My name is Christina Velasquez, I'm here with my mom, it's her house. And just everything that they said, same thing that we have to say. We get a lot of water. And yeah, it's gotten worse since the field was built, the high school.
So you want to speak? You can speak in Spanish if you want.
Okay.
If just so for the record, if you want to say it, but she is a problem. Are you guys okay if he'll make a statement in Spanish? Is that okay? Okay, so you can, puedes hablar tu nombre, tu dirección y qué quieres hablar.
Mi nombre es Héctor Flores. La dirección es 186. Nosotros estamos aquí por el agua que necesitamos, la basura que estamos pagando, también por el drenaje, también de séptico. A ver si nos resuelven ese problema.
Thank you, that, everybody that was here talked already, Mr. Chairman.
Is that it? Is that it for the members of the public?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, I encourage you to come to the public hearing. And, if we do in fact schedule a public hearing, we get a quorum. And, you can make your opinions and concerns known there. Again, in an official forum, as this is too. No other comments from the public? Okay. So, since we still don't have, oh, we have a quorum. Ms. Stein?
Right.
Thank you very much for joining us. We now have a quorum. So we'll go back to item number 3. It is 5:44. Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes of March 17th, 2025? Smith gets it. Any comments, corrections, edits, additions, deletions? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, aye. Bovee, Osterfine, Manella, Smith, Dunn. Thank you, passes unanimously. Item number 4, public participation, we did. Item number 5, new business A. Is there a motion? Yeah, let's do them one at a time. Is there a motion to schedule a public hearing on May 19th for the proposed sanitary sewer extension for 2 Mueller Avenue, Norwalk, Connecticut? I see Mr. Bovie's hand is up. Any comments, presentation from staff? Or no?
Yes,
Okay.
we're Jerron here, permit engineer with DPW.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Wilbur here. So, for the public hearing for 2 Muller Avenue, we're asking the board to reschedule the public hearing. It was originally scheduled for today, April 21st. But we failed to, with the applicant, to notify the public in the timely manner that was required for the policy for the extension and for some state statutes. So we're asking to schedule the public hearing for May 19th to give the applicant the time needed to be able to notify the public accurately.
Okay, and that's what's written. So that's what's proposed. That's consistent. Anything else? Any other questions, comments? All in favor? Aye. Bovios, Manella, Smith, Dunn, passes unanimously. 546. Item B, is there a motion to schedule a public hearing on May 19th at 5:30 for the sanitary sewer extension requested on Boughton Street, Norwalk, Connecticut? For a hand, Smith got it. Okay, any comments or questions or commentary from staff on B?
Yeah, so Wilbur here, again, permit engineer, DPW. So we're asking the board to consider scheduling a public hearing based on a petition from the neighborhood. You just heard some participants speak during the public participation portion with their opinion on the board scheduling this public hearing. So we open it up to the board to decide if we want to move forward with a public hearing. Again, this sewer extension is being asked to be extended by the city to be incorporated into our capital projects. And ultimately for that fee to be passed on to the neighborhood should it get approved.
Thank you. Does any commissioners have any questions of staff regarding this project, or whether this public hearing should go forward? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Bovios, Manella, Smith, Dunn, passes unanimously. 547. Is, do we have a vendor or a proposed consultant yet?
So, Mr. Chairman, we would be utilizing one of 2 WPCA consultants that are already under contract with the WPCA if the board decides to move forward with this project.
No,
Okay, so it's blank.
the other
Oh.
item.
Sorry,
Mr. Chairman, are you asking about the other item, correct?
I was wondering if we were gonna fill in the blank before I asked for a motion to
Yes.
approve.
Oh,
this.
yes. my apologies, Mr. Chairman. It's Ty and Bond Inc.
Okay,
is the consultant.
is there a motion to authorize the chairman and vice chairman of the Water Pollution Control Authority to execute an agreement with Ty and Bond Inc. to provide professional engineering and civil engineering services related to site planning, land use, evaluation, building assessment, drainage analysis, permitting for municipal infrastructure project, and other related work for a sum not to exceed $250,000. Is there a motion? Dunn gets it. Is there any presentation from staff?
So the WPCA team went out with an RFQ. We conducted interviews last week, and Ty and Bond Inc. is the selected consultant based on the committee that reviewed the RFQ and the presentations. This project initially, we're gonna scope out is for the acquisition related to the Killer Brook Pump Station project. That's been discussed in previous meetings.
Okay, do any commissioners have any questions of staff? No. All in favor? Aye. Bovee, Ossifan, Manella, Smith, Dunn, passes unanimously. It is 5:50. And we'll go into item number 6, old business. Contract operation reports A. That gonna be Mr. Gambino or Mr.
That's me,
Stupak?
Mr. Chairman.
It's Mr.
Uh,
Stupak.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Let's just do a quick overview of March. So our collections team had a good recovery this month. Weather starting to warm up, we were able to get more work done. So we completed 1.46 miles of CCTV, 0.93 miles of cleaning, 17 manhole inspections, and 6.11 miles of SL rat inspection. 0.62 miles of hot list cleaning, and we responded to 16 service calls. The IPP inspection program conducted 24 inspections in March. Over on the operations and maintenance side of things, we were able to complete a project putting the RAS, the return activated sludge flow controllers, were updated and a new system has been instituted. So that's online now and that's functioning well. Our maintenance team emptied aeration tank 3. We had an air diffuser line that had broken and was causing a disturbance that was visible on the surface. So we took that down and repaired it. And while it was down, we cleaned the tank. That's been back online. And all in all, we had a nitrogen performance of 679 pounds, which is pretty good considering the colder temperatures in the beginning of the month. Hopefully we see that come down as it warms up when we get into the summer. On the regulatory side of things, we followed all permits and all permit requirements for the month of March. We submitted the reports, the net DMR, MOR, ATMR, and the NAR to DEEP and the EPA. We completed bi-monthly and quarterly sludge reports for March. And we had a visit from Connecticut State Aquaculture. They showed up on site to ask to conduct a grab sample of the effluent. So what they told me when they were here is they have a small illness outbreak, which they say happens every year this time of year. And it was a preemptive sampling. They have access to all our reports. I send them to them monthly, but they want to make sure they have their data in order before EPA comes and asks them why there's an outbreak, but they're fairly certain it's linked to norovirus and not shellfish, but they came to get a preemptive sample anyway. There was no repercussions, no issues. The sample was good. So we just help out wherever we can. And then only other regulatory thing, Mr. Chairman, thank you for signing that subscriber agreement. So I have access to the final reporting platform that I need. So fully connected to everything now. So
Welcome aboard.
I did want to mention in March we had 2 high-level events or high alarm events that were early warning was provided by the new systems over at Keeler Brook, so there was no issues, and we've had a significant increase in decrease in issues or increase in quality of the pumps since the issues last month. So fingers crossed, but everything's good. We have the redundancy is doing what it's supposed to do, so we're doing well.
Is that it?
That's it.
It sounded like you were on 2A. Do I have that wrong?
Was I on 2A?
You were talking
For
about,
our equipment.
Oh, yeah, I can speak on 2.
no, I'm sorry. I thought you were just talking about 2A when you were talking about Keeler Brook.
Hold on. Please hold.
And if not, I'm still lost. So we have contract operations report, Veolia monthly operation report for March,
Yep.
which you did. And then you spoke about Keeler Brook, so I was assuming you were on 2 major repair and replacement. of
Oh.
scope items for Keeler Brook?
Well, no, but I can speak on that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay. Yeah, so 2A, temporary control panel for Keeler Brook. Sorry, I didn't see that on my agenda, but I see it now. I missed it. Okay. So temporary control panel at Keeler Brook. So the we've entered an agreement with WPCA and subsequently with vendors to prepare a separate control panel for the Keeler Brook pump station. Its intention is to run the pump station as if it were a normal pump station, even though we're going to be using temporary pumping measures. That's being constructed as we speak, and the timeline is somewhere in the next month to 2 months, depending. Another piece of that project is getting an improvement to the piping out at that station so that we have hard pipe in going into the wet well rather than hoses. So that'll be another improvement there. So that is 2A. No questions on 2A. I can go to 2B. 2B, wet weather chemical pump skid. So this is a project that is involved with adding or replacing pumps for adding sodium hypochlorite to the wet weather flow. The main concern here was that the existing pumps didn't allow for a good range of coverage depending on if we had a let's call it a mild storm event, like a major enough storm to go into storm flow, but not a very large storm. It helps with those fringe cases, and this comes with new programming also to trade off between the two pump skids to make sure that we're always using the pump that has the best range for whatever amount of flow we're seeing. That project we are moving forward on. We have ordered the skid and pumps. Unfortunately, it does have a very long lead time. It's somewhere between 90 and 120 days right now, but it was ordered about a month ago, 3-4 weeks ago now. So that's good. Any questions on B? Okay, and then C, Old Trolley Way Pump Station site restoration. So following the preceding events with, with the lawsuit and other things like that, we're looking forward now to rehabilitate, if you will, the site from construction and whatnot. There's a lot of old concrete pavement. It needs to be repaved. So we're in the process of doing that now. Also would include upgrading the fence. That is underway currently as far as planning and ordering phase goes. And we're working on right now getting the driveway permit submitted. So
Thanks. Any questions on 6A2 ABC? None? So we can go to reports. It's 5:58. Reports B, I'm sorry.
Yep, item B reports, we have the fiscal year 24-25 revenues expenditures munis report. A copy of that is included. Under the WPC engineering projects, we have the Beacon Tree Sanitary Sewer project. That's progressing from 60% to 100% design, and we're working to expedite the bid documents. The Helpels Lane Release Sewer project, we're at 90% design. We're working to kind of reconfigure the alignment at the East Ave Park Street and East Wall Street intersection. For the final settling tanks project, we had a kickoff meeting last week. And the Arcadis team performed an inspection of the final settling tanks as a baseline. Under the WPC construction projects, we have the Bell Island Samus sanitary sewer rehab project. 75% of the manholes and lateral grouting work has been completed. And the team should complete all the work by September 30th. under these sewer use appeals and adjustments, we're at 82,724.
Are there any questions on anything to do with the reports or anything on the agenda or anything not on the agenda? Mr. Manella?
So just quick, with the, I don't know how to say it, but Keeler Brook Pump Station and the FEMA, potential FEMA reimbursements, any more feedback on that, given the like the current political situation? In other words, have you heard good news or bad news based on,
We have been receiving kind of mixed information. So on the last meeting that I wasn't there, but the team was, there are a few things that they may not consider as part of the reimbursement part of it. But we had meetings in the past where they confirmed some kind of reimbursement, particularly on the land acquisition part. That is pretty much the main part that they do not know if that will be entitled for reimbursement. So what we are seeing, not only related to WPCA, but with all those grants and funds that we apply or that we have already even been awarded, there's still a little bit of confusion and unknown about the future. So what we're doing is that we'll continue working and applying for everything as is and see what will happen by then, because it keeps changing all the time. Also, I just want to remind everyone that all the FEMA funding takes a very long time to process. We received about a few months ago an application that we did probably 80 years ago, close to that, right?
2016,
20, yeah,
for
80.
Samus, related to Samus Street Pump Station.
So there is a good chance that by the time that someone really looks at the file about Keeler Brook, it may be 6-7 years from now, and it may be in a very different environment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna submit with everything, all the costs related to it, and see how much we'll be able to receive.
Every other week or every few weeks, FEMA continues to ask for more information. Between finance and the WPCA team, we can continue to respond accordingly. And that's all we can do.
Roger that. Thank you very much.
Anybody else? Any other questions, comments?
So I have just one more thing to say, is that unfortunately we have Nelia in our last meeting with us. Nelia is leaving the WPCA, and she is now heading to new adventures professionally in her life. But I just want to say thank you, Nelia.
Thank
We're
you.
definitely gonna miss you.
I miss you too. I really enjoyed working with the WPCA team. It's been an amazing experience for me. So thank you so much.
On behalf of the board, thank you for your assistance over the years. And best of luck to you on your future endeavors.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Anything else? Ms. Smith?
Yeah, if I could also just wish Nelia the best. We didn't have you for very long, and I know your family's growing, but I will miss you and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Norwalk has an amazing team. I know you're going to continue to do amazing work and succeed. So
Anything else?
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
Okay, motion to adjourn by Ms. Smith at 6:04 PM. All in favor? Aye. Not gonna do the roll call. Aileen, I think you can cut it off. I'll see you guys on the 19th, I guess. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Take care.
Good night.